Thank you. So my name is Ludwig. I'm one of the founders and developer at Oterlu. With me, I've got my co-founder Sebastian, who's also a developer. We're going to talk about a little bit what we do, and but mostly we're going to focus on kind of the technologies that we use at Oterlu and how we build our services. So what we do is supply different platforms such as like multiplayer games, dating sites, with services that can help them with automatic moderation. So we can do it on a large scale and instantly as well. And not only that, we provide them with a lot of analytics and kind of recommendations for them, because the internet is very nuanced and every community is, very different, and different rules apply everywhere. So we custom build AI models to kind of detect what types of behaviors they might not want on their platform, and even positive ones we're looking at. We were based here in Gothenburg. We were founded in 2019. We're 3 co-founders. Within our company, we have over 10 years of experience in the trust and safety domain, which is community moderation basically, and also 10 years of AI expertise. We've all worked on building and deploying these type of systems before. And as of today, we're monitoring and classifying millions of messages every month on lots of different platforms. But yeah, I'll move into kind of our technology, and at the core of everything we do, we have our custom AI models that we build for our different customers, and I'll let Sebastian talk about that.
Yes. So, as Ludwig said, like the core of our product is our AI models. And for those, we use these really, really large, like generic language models that have been trained by several different research institutes and also big companies around the world that are doing a lot of this sort of AI research. These models has a very good grasp of generic language. But for this problem, we don't really want a generic language, we want something more specific. So on top of that, we are working a lot with our customers to find and use their data sets to actually teach these models to understand how do you express yourself within a certain community. Because if you don't understand that, you might misunderstand some things. And on top of that, also we have the actual behaviors. And the behaviors, they're kind of defined from our customers, but we also have a lot of these in-house behaviors, which is our more of a high quality data sets that we train ourselves. And the next part is, outside of these models, these models are pretty complex. It also takes a lot of time to train. So we do a lot of work to optimize this process. And that's one of the fun things with being a startup, because you have sort of limited resources. And when you have limited resources, you can't just go crazy. So we have to be kind of innovative and find our own solutions to things. So we have kind of tried to optimize how we train models at scale, and can do it sort of on our laptop most of the time, which we only use GPUs whenever we actually need them. And on top of that, we do a lot of pre-processing for the data to kind of remove all the things that people try to trick the models. They try to add in words and write them in different ways just to kind of get around. That doesn't work very well. On top of that, we also do anonymization, which is very important in 2 aspects. One is that we protect the privacy of our users. And the other part is also that we remove any type of bias that can be connected to a name. So names should not be associated with behaviors. And on top of that, we also, so all the models we have are running in Docker containers, both for training and also because it's very easy to have this isolated environment we know and understand. And then we also do the same in deployment, so we always can test it locally, test it in different environments, and we know they will work throughout the whole system. And another service we also provide is A/B testing. And when it comes to A/B testing, this is, so automatic moderation, which Ludwig is going to talk about a little bit later, is one thing. You can do things like removing a message, you can ban a user for being toxic to another user, you can silence the user, for example, but you don't really understand which of these is actually giving an effect. And then we provide this system where you can actually test this by dividing your users into 2 different groups, which is, one is a treatment and one is a control. And then you try out these different behaviors or different actions that we call them to see which one is actually reducing the behavior without ruining user retention or even encouraging user retention based on positive feedback, for example. And these hypothesis methods, they are based on the data which is underlying it. So the distribution of the data is kind of directing us there.
Yep. So when it comes to automated moderation, we have kind of 3 ways as of now that our customers can use the services. So we have a synchronous API, and this one we use for customers that require real-time kind of moderation. So we have services that can scale vertically, horizontally, and we try to have as high throughput and low latency as possible there, and we're kind of happy we can get it to around 40, considering we have these huge models running in production. We also have an asynchronous API, which we allow our customers to send in things in batches where latency is not a big of an issue. And this one we built with based on queues, and we use ephemeral services, so that they only run whenever there's anything on the queue. So it's very cost efficient as well. And we respond to the customer using webhooks. And then lastly, something that we've recently started or built is a Discord bot, which you can just ask if you're using Discord, if you have a server, you can just add it there. We give this out for free because we have a generic model in this case, and people can, try it out. And our whole stack is based on Python. That's what we're used to working with. Everything is containerized. We run everything serverless as well, and everything is run as well with infrastructure as code, so we can reproduce and deploy things safely as well. And finally, something that we offer our customers as well are these analytics and recommendations. How should they engage with their community? What should they do? And they can even see these results of the hypothesis tests that they do on the community. Front end here, we built this in Vue.js, and similar to our APIs, everything in the back end is Python, serverless, and containerized, so it's easy for us to be very fast and iterate, give new features to our customers whenever they need. And I guess that kind of wraps it up for our technology. Again, if you guys want to try, you can just go onto our website there. If you have a Discord server, you can add it and harass it, say whatever you want to it, and come with feedback to us. We'd really much appreciate that. Thank you.